Let's go out to the guest line now and talk to one of our weekly guests, a guy we need some answers from right now after a tough sequence here for the team. Dallas Goedert about to join us. And, of course, Dallas sponsored by Colonial Hyundai. ColonialHyundai.com, the fast, easy, better way to buy a Hyundai. Dallas, good morning. Happy New Year. How are you doing today, man?
Good morning. Happy New Year. Doing good.
Yeah, appreciate you calling in, man. But how tough was that game Sunday, man?
Yeah, it definitely wasn't an easy one to swallow. Especially with everything that we had in front of us. That the potential of the 1 seed, the division, things like that, which they're not out of reach, or they're the 1 seed is, but the division is still a possibility. But more importantly than that, we got to make sure we can go out there and play good football.
Dallas, a lot of sequences in that game, I think, confused some fans out there, all fans out there. The end of the game, when you guys get the ball after the onside kick, were you surprised that you guys, kind of, the way it felt to me at least was, it was a little bit conservative on the play calling. Quarterback run, screen, you didn't try to push the ball down the field. Was that surprising to you? What happened on those plays? Was it just execution? Take us inside there, because we all wanted a touchdown. I'm sure you did too, and it ended up the field goal attempt.
Yeah, you definitely want to score points there. And, we were moving the ball, and we got behind the sticks with a holding call. Never easy, put us in a tough spot. And then, it's a fine balance after that point. I thought the play calls were fine. We were really close to hitting the first 2 runs to be big runs. I know they ended up being a 4-yard run and a negative 4-yard run. But it's the ultimate team game, and it seems like we're a block away on both of them to, I think if we finish one block, Jalen's able to skirt through, and he might go and score. So I think they were good play calls, and we were one block away. We were so close, and it seems like that's been happening to us a little bit too much this year. But you can go back and look at that film and say, If only we did this a tiny bit better, we would have been in a better situation and gave ourselves a better shot to win the game.
You know what, Dallas, you touched on something I want to kind of piggyback off of. You said that there's been so many times that you've been so close, and you look at the film and you see those plays that if you'd have did this a little bit different or that a little bit different, then it would have hit on that play. How frustrating has that gotten for you, and is that starting to wear on the team just a little bit, in your opinion?
It's never easy to be in the stretch we're in. Obviously we started the year off at 10-1, and since then we're 1-4, and it's never easy. But I don't think anybody in the locker room, any of the coaches are batting an eye worried. Maybe that's not the right word, but we're all hungry to get it fixed, hungry to put that game together. I think it's going to be, one play in a game, one drive in a game that's going to be able to, kind of flip the switch, get our confidence back, get our swagger back, and, allowing us to play the football that we all believe and know that we can play, because, we need to put a game together, and we need to, have a little bit of swagger and just have the confidence that we can go out there and play a good, clean game and, be able to put a team away.
Dallas Goedert joining us here, his weekly spot on the Midday Show. Dallas, take us inside the locker room right now. Is this a locker room that you feel is still together, still all on the same page? Do you sense frustration? Because you said it, you guys haven't been here in a while. It's kind of weird. For almost 2 years, all you did is win, and now this has been obviously a difficult stretch for you guys. Is the locker room still together? Are guys frustrated? Take us inside what it's like, in the last month or so.
Yeah, I think everybody's still together. But there is definitely frustration. Losing is something that's not fun, and I think we got a lot of people on this team that hate to lose. It's fun winning, but it's even worse to lose, and so it puts you in a tough spot. But I think we're all just as hungry to get out of it and get back in that win column, and play the football that we know we can play. So I think the locker room's in a good spot. I think we have tremendous leaders on this football team, which are going to continue to lead us until we get to where we want to go. So that's a blessing that we have on this team. And, the other good thing is we got people that want to work hard, want to turn this thing around. And, I got full belief that we're going to be able to do that.
Dallas Goedert joining us here. Dallas, let's go to actually a positive moment in the game on Sunday. There were you guys had some on offense early in the game. Your touchdown. How often do you practice those kind of toe drags? I mean, those are kind of the ones you see with Devontae Smith, wide receivers typically. Not too many tight ends I see
basically
doing.
Trying to say, how'd your big ass keep your feet in
How'd you
bounds
do that,
like that?
Dallas?
That's
do you
basically
guys
what he wanted to ask
do you practice that, or did that just come natural because you had to get your foot in there?
Yeah, we definitely talk about it, harp on it, practice it. That's the little details like that is a big thing here. And obviously I'm able to watch Smitty do it all the time with all of his crazy toe drags over the shoulders, keeping his feet in. But anytime you're close to the sideline, you got to drag your feet. On Saturday when we watch film, you see all the people that have touchdowns wiped away because they didn't drag their foot or, things like that. So I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I get a touchdown and don't wipe one off the board because I have bad footwork. So I knew I was getting close to the sideline. I knew they had to stay in. So it's something that we definitely practice, we work on. And it looks cool when it happens. So I always like a toe drag swag. They used to have that segment on. I used to enjoy watching that. So, it's a cool thing. And it's just one of the little details that we harp on so often, making sure we get the best out of every play.
So is that something that comes natural for you, or do you have to consciously think about that when you're on the sideline? Is that like a progression that you go through saying, oh, heck, I'm on the sideline, I got to keep my toes in, or is that something that just comes natural for the big fella?
It's a little bit of both. I got a lot of confidence in my hands, so sometimes I don't look the ball in as good as I should. So, in that case, I was able to see the ball coming and then, focus on my feet, knowing that I had confidence in my hands that I was going to catch it. And that's the main thing. You got to make sure you catch the ball, because if you get both feet in and you don't catch the ball, it doesn't matter. So I feel comfortable doing it. I've been able to, like I said, watch Smitty and AJ, and, they work them all the time in practice, and they do things like that. So it's something that you got to make sure you get them in, because like I said earlier, it'd be a real bummer to lose a touchdown because you were careless where your feet were.
Dallas, I'm curious about the strategy that your coaching staff and you guys will employ this weekend, because your seeding really is not in your hands. If the Dallas Cowboys win over Washington, you guys are the 5 seed. It doesn't matter what happens on Sunday against the Giants. I know you said you guys need to win and need to play well. Has there been any discussions about how this week's going to go in terms of maybe sitting some guys or resting some guys? Because, in essence, you guys don't control your seeding. You're probably going to be the 5 seed, win or lose on Sunday against the Giants. Have you guys talked about that? And Dallas, do you think a week of rest would be good, or do you guys want to play and win a game on Sunday?
Yeah, we haven't had too much discussion on that. Obviously, that'll be a decision made by the upstairs, probably more than myself or the players in the locker room. But I think it's important to go into the playoffs feeling well. So I could see both sides of it. You want to put together a game and have confidence in your players going in. But most importantly in this league, it seems like a lot of the times the teams that make it the furthest are the healthiest teams. So health is a big important too, and we got a few people that are banged up. So you don't want to add to the injury list, and you want to make sure people are healthy. So it'll be a decision that I'm glad I don't have to make, and you'll be able to look back one way or the other depending on what you do and how the playoffs go, if it was the right decision or the wrong decision. So it's not going to be an easy decision, but I'm going to focus on this week and trying to get better at my craft and fine-tune everything that I can do to make sure I'm ready and feeling good for the playoffs. So whatever the decisions that is made, I'm going to be ready to go, and I'm going to spend this week trying to get better each and every day.
Great stuff, Dallas. We always appreciate you hopping on. Have a great week, and if you're playing on Sunday, good luck. If you and some of the starters are sitting, we'll rest up and get ready for wherever the playoffs take you. We'll chat next week. Thank you, Dallas.
Appreciate you.
Sounds good. Later, guys.
There he goes. Dallas Goedert.
You did that, though.
Eagles tight end.
You planted that seed, though. I like
the seed is planted. I mean, I told you this morning, I want to sit everyone on Sunday. I'm sitting all the starters. I'm taking the bye week this week. Dallas is not losing to Washington.